Happy Tuesday, everyone, and greetings from Tampa. It's day 40 of Walk with Winston. Woohoo! A milestone. 40 episodes in just under 7 weeks. It is hard to imagine that we've done 40 of these already. Wow. When it comes to change and transformation and personal growth and development, we have an endless supply of topics. And so it's very joyful and easy to share these with you, and both the daily musings as well as the insights that I'm gaining along the way of this journey of personal transformation myself. So happy Tuesday. And for my friends in North Carolina and Virginia and South Carolina who are staring down the barrel of this storm that's coming, I am keeping you in my prayers. I ask you to take all the precautions you can, because your life is so much more valuable than your property. And you've been gifted with a mission here on earth, and you have a powerful purpose, as my coach says, to fulfill. So please take whatever precautions you need to do to protect your life. Your property and everything else can be replaced. Anyway, good morning, everyone. A little darker this morning, so got out just a touch earlier than normal. But today's topic is talking about how massive action begins with one small step. Tony Robbins is fond of saying, never leave the scene of a decision without taking massive action. And as I've been sharing with you, I was at Cliff Ravenscraft's Free the Dream conference this past weekend, and I had really no idea what to expect in terms of content, and I just knew he had an all-star roster of speakers, and I knew I'd witnessed Cliff's personal radical transformation. So I thought those would be ingredients for inspiration, encouragement, and I was also looking forward to meeting several of my virtual friends in person. So my expectations were they were high, but I really didn't know what to expect, to be honest. And Cliff spent a fair amount of his content recapping a lot of insights over his recent journey, many of which were taken from his participation in Tony Robbins events. And so as we got into the content of building leverage and taking action, this was familiar content to me, but it was also content I recognized that I haven't really recently applied in my own transformational journey. So that was super valuable to me. So as we got into it, I made the decision that I was going to seek maximum leverage for the transformational journey, health journey especially, that I'm on. I've been taking action. The summer of transformation that I've been doing with my sister, today is day 85. Now it's called the fall of transformation. But the summer of transformation, 85 days of taking a walk and having video chats with my sister and logging our steps and logging our walks, has radically increased my energy level. And you would think something as simple as a nice stroll wouldn't have such a beneficial effect, but it's that daily compounding action of it that has really added up to be very significant. So in terms of my health transformation, I've been taking small daily steps. Over the summer, I joined Chris Pavone's Fitness Focus Mastermind, and that has radically shifted my mindset and my belief system in terms of what can be accomplished. You just look at Chris's transformation he willed himself essentially to be a pro wrestler. He willed himself to be a pro wrestler. And it was amazing to hear his story and hear his determination. And I knew I just had to be part of it when Chris gave us the opportunity to do so. And but someone who could will himself into a career, will himself into physical transformation, and not only do that, he's such a great guy. And so that investment has compounded. Those are steps that I've taken. But I know that I needed to go to another level in terms of creating a sense of urgency and determination. That's what Tony calls leverage. And so as he defines it, that you have to take immediate, consistent, and urgent action towards your goal. And in the case of amping that up, you need to look at that through the lens of massive immediate pain if you don't take action, and massive and immediate and consistent pleasure if you do take action. Not if, when. That's a word. I don't like if as a word. And I don't like try as a word. You're either doing or you're not doing, right? So at Cliff's conference, I really took this opportunity to create as much leverage, both pain and pleasure, to this physical transformation as I could muster. And I didn't let myself get tied up into, well, gosh, you're creating a wrong belief or misguided belief in doing this. I wanted to create the maximum leverage I could muster and find towards this physical transformation. And in doing that, creating that column of pros and cons, pain and pleasure, it really gave me insights as to, what it then did was make me refer to models of success that I've seen in my life previously that I know works for me, and models that I've seen from others that I want to take on. And so it became easy for me to identify a few small action steps that I could take to facilitate and amplify and accelerate the physical changes that I'm seeking. These are not big things. They're not earth-breaking things. They're not radical things. They're more just kind of a tweak here, a tweak there, that I have dedicated myself to do over the next 100 days. And as I mentioned last weekend, we're coming up on about 100 days left in 2018. And so, for the next few days, I want us all to reconsider our transformational journey. Are you drifting? Are you lukewarm in your commitment to this change? And if you are, I'd urge you to consider how you can gain more leverage and mastery over this emotional state. Because, where I am today is the direct result, of all the actions I've taken up to today. When it comes to my physical body and the state that it's in today, the weight I'm carrying, the muscle mass that I'm carrying, the capabilities that I have in my physical body is a direct relationship today to the actions I've been taking for the last couple years. And so, because that's true, I'm not a victim to my weight. I am a master of my weight and my physical body. And so, as I've shared, and I also am putting these statements in the positive versus pushing away from the negative. I'm saying this is what I'm doing and not this is what I'm avoiding. I think language is so important when it comes to that. So I'm going to be out, for this 100-day challenge, It's actually going to be about 115 days for me since I started this weekend to the end of the year. I'm alcohol free. I am sugar free, and I've defined that by saying the ingredients and all the hidden names of sugar, all the fake names of sugar, will be lower than number 5 on the ingredients list. I am committed to 6 days a week of exercise for the rest of my life, and I've already done that for about 7 or 8 weeks. And then finally, I'm adding more strength training. So as a result of going public, 2 days ago I talked about whether you should go public with your goals. I went public 2 days ago, and so here I am back in Tampa. I didn't, Sunday's day 1 of the week, and I said I'm going to do 3 days a week of strength training. I got back home Sunday a little too late to do it, so here I am Monday night, finishing up work around 8 o'clock, and it's like, oh my goodness, I've made a commitment. I have this imperative. I've got the leverage. I went to the gym at 8 o'clock and left the gym about 9:15 last night. And those of you who know me at all know that I'm a morning person and not a night owl. And so, I saw people and it's like, wow, there's a whole group of people who love working out at night. Look at how crowded this gym is. I'm amazed. I knew right after dinner it would be crowded, but I figured 8 o'clock, 8:30, 9 o'clock, I'd have the gym to myself. Nope. There's a time and a place for everyone. Night owls love their gym time at night, and bless them, but I just knew I had to take action. So that's a long way of saying, let's get our leverage, number 1. Let's get recommitted to our transformation. Let's get some leverage, and let's take massive action. But don't let that all intimidate you. It all begins with some small steps. And perhaps the most important step is called the step of faith. Believing that our Father wants the best for our life and wants us to live out the full expression of His purpose. Boy, that really amps up the motivation and dedication, doesn't it? Well, with that, you guys have a great Tuesday. I'll talk to you again soon.